Welcome to my expat stories. What's the difference between building a life and living a lie? David thought he knew. 67. Widower, Manchester. Moved to Philippines for retirement. Not for adventure, for peace. For a quiet final chapter. He met her at church. Age appropriate. Respectable. They courted. They married. They built routines. Sunday lunches. Morning walks. She cooked. He learned her language. They attended mass together. He integrated. Became part of the community. Thought he'd found his companion for however many years remained. But somewhere between the morning coffee ritual and the evening news together, between the house they bought and the life they built, she was living another life entirely. One he never saw. One that had been there long before him. The question isn't whether David should have known. The question is whether being an insider ever makes you less of an outsider. If you've ever thought belonging somewhere made you safe from being used, hit that subscribe and like button. This one's quiet, but devastating. Here's David. I taught history for 40 years. Comprehensive school in Salford, Manchester. Same school, same classrooms, different students, but essentially the same lessons. Norman conquest, Tudors, Industrial Revolution, First World War. I could teach that curriculum in my sleep. Probably did toward the end. I'm David, 67. Retired 5 years now. My wife Catherine died before I retired. Cancer, pancreatic, 6 months from diagnosis to funeral. We've been married 38 years. Had 2 children. Robert's 40 now. Solicitor in Leeds. Emma's 37. Doctor. Edinburgh. Both busy with their own lives. Both settled. Both doing well. Catherine and I had plans for retirement, travel, garden. Spend time with eventual grandchildren. But she died and the plans died with her. I retired anyway. Took the pension. Sat in our house in Didsbury. Our house that was now just my house. Every room reminded me of her books on the shelves, her garden outside, her chair in the living room, her absence everywhere. Robert suggested I move, get somewhere smaller, less memories. I couldn't bring myself to do it. That house was our life. Selling it felt like erasing her. But living there alone felt like drowning slowly in the past. A colleague at school, chap named Peter, he'd retired to Spain. Costa del Sol. Said it was brilliant. Weather, cost of living, expat community. He suggested I consider it. Change of scenery. Somewhere warm. Somewhere that wasn't full of Catherine's ghost. I looked into it. Spain, Portugal, Greece. Then someone on an expat forum mentioned Philippines. Specifically Dumaguete, small university town. Negros Oriental. Safe. English widely spoken. Large retirement community. Much cheaper than Europe. And warm. I researched it thoroughly. I'm a researcher. Comes with the history teaching territory. Read everything I could find. Blogs, forums, YouTube videos. Dumaguete appealed to me. Not party town like Manila or Cebu. Not sex tourism destination like Angeles City. Just quiet. Academic. Relaxed. The kind of place you could retire peacefully. I visited first 2 weeks. Stayed at a guest house near Silliman University. Walked around, got a feel for it. The town was lovely. Tree-lined boulevard along the seafront. Churches, restaurants, markets. The heat was intense but manageable. The people were friendly without being intrusive. The expat community was visible but not overwhelming. Older couples, single retirees. People like me looking for somewhere peaceful to live out however many years remained. I went home to Manchester, thought about it for 3 months, then made the decision. Sold the house in Didsbury. Devastating but necessary. Couldn't afford to keep a house in Manchester while living in Philippines. Robert and Emma understood, took what they wanted. Photos. Mementos. Catherine's jewellery. I packed the essentials, sold or donated the rest. 40 years of accumulated life, reduced to 3 suitcases and a shipping container. I moved to Dumaguete with a retirement visa. £62,000 in the bank. Pension of $23,000 annually. Enough to live comfortably in Philippines. More than enough, actually. I met Linda at church, Cathedral of St. Catherine of Alexandria. Ironic, really. Same name as my late wife. I started attending not out of deep faith, but out of routine. Sunday Mass. Something to structure the week. Something familiar in an unfamiliar place. Linda was there every Sunday. always sat in the same section. 4th row from the front on the right. Older woman, well-dressed, always alone. She had this quiet dignity about her, not flashy, not made up heavily like some of the younger women who clearly attended hoping to meet foreign men. Just dignified, age-appropriate, respectable. We ended up in the church hall after Mass one Sunday. Coffee and biscuits. Community thing. Someone introduced us. David from Manchester. Linda from Dumaguete. We chatted briefly. She asked about England, about teaching, about why I'd moved here. I gave honest answers. Widower. Looking for peaceful retirement. Wanted somewhere warm. She nodded. Said Dumaguete was good for that. Peaceful, safe, beautiful. We started talking more after Mass, then having coffee together during the week, then lunches. She was 52, never married. Had been engaged once, but it didn't work out. Worked as a clerk at the municipal office. Lived with her sister. No children of her own, but helped raise her sister's kids. She was sensible, grounded. We could talk about actual things, politics, books, the state of the world. Not just surface pleasantries. She had opinions, intelligence. She treated me like an equal, not like a wealthy foreigner to extract money from. Just a person. After 4 months of regular meetings, I asked if she'd consider this courtship. Old-fashioned term, but that's what it was. We were both too old for casual dating, both looking for companionship, both understanding what we wanted from whatever time remained. She said yes, said she'd been hoping I'd ask. We courted seriously, met her family, her sister Rosa, Rosa's husband and children, her mother who lived with Rosa's family. Everyone was welcoming, kind, no pressure, no immediate requests for money, no sense I was being evaluated as a bank account. Just family meeting their sister's suitor, normal things. Sunday lunches at Rosa's house, the smell of adobo and rice, the sound of children playing, the warmth of being included. I asked Linda to marry me after 6 months total. Not impulsive, but at our age, what's the point of waiting? She said yes. We had a simple civil ceremony, her family there, a few expat friends I'd made. Courthouse in Dumaguete, lunch afterward at a restaurant. Nothing extravagant. Just nice. Appropriate. We bought a house together. 2-bedroom place in a quiet barangay, near the boulevard. I put down £80,000. Linda contributed what she could from her savings. Small amount, but the gesture mattered. We were partners, building something together. The house needed work, renovations, new kitchen, better plumbing. We did it together. She had ideas. I had money. We combined resources. Made it ours. Moving in together felt right. We had routines immediately. I'd wake early, make coffee. She'd join me. We'd sit on the terrace, watch the neighbourhood wake up. The smell of her coffee mixed with mine. The sound of roosters and tricycles and life starting. She'd cook breakfast, garlic rice, eggs, sometimes dried fish. I learned to eat Filipino breakfast. Started to prefer it, actually. The savoury morning flavours. The way it filled you completely. We'd walk along the boulevard most mornings. Rizal Boulevard. The seawall. The humid air, already warming even at 7 a.m. The smell of the sea. The vendors setting up. We'd walk hand in hand. Talk about nothing. About everything. About the day ahead. About what to have for dinner. About whether to visit her mother that afternoon. Domestic things. Married things. Life things. I was learning Visayan, the local language. Bisaya. Linda would teach me. Correct my pronunciation. Laugh when I got the tones wrong. But not mean laughing. Affectionate laughing. I wanted to integrate. Wanted to be part of this place. Not just foreign retiree living in bubble. I learned to greet the neighbours, chat with the tricycle drivers, order at the market in their language. Badly, but trying. They appreciated the effort, started calling me Tito David, Uncle David. That felt significant. Being adopted into the community, being more than just a foreigner. Our married life settled into patterns. Sunday mass at the cathedral, lunch at her mother's house afterward. Linda's mother would cook. Huge spreads. Lechon sometimes. Always too much food. The whole family there. Rosa's family. Cousins, aunts, uncles, children everywhere, the noise, the chaos, the warmth. Being part of something big. something familial. I'd never had that. Catherine and I had small Christmases. Just us and Robert and Emma. Quiet. This was different. This was being absorbed into something larger. It felt good. Felt like belonging. Weekday evenings we'd watch television together. Filipino shows I didn't fully understand, but Linda would translate. Explain the context. We'd eat dinner on the sofa. Her cooking was excellent. Sinigang that was perfectly sour. Adobo that was rich and deep. Lumpia she'd make when we had guests. Crispy. Savoury. People would compliment her. She'd beam. Look at me. This quiet pride. Like, look what I made for you. Look what I can give you. And I'd feel content. Actually content. For the first time since Catherine died. Content. I sent money to her family, of course I did. That's normal in Filipino culture. Her mother's medication, her nephew's school fees, Rosa's husband's tricycle repairs. Nothing excessive. Just family support. Expected. Linda would ask carefully. Apologetically. I'd wave it off. We're family now. This is what family does. She'd kiss my cheek, say salamat, thank you, say I was different from Filipino men, that I understood family, respected it. I took it as a compliment, felt like I was doing it right. Integration, belonging, being truly part of this culture. Not just living here, living in it. The money became part of our life naturally. Not transactions, just life. Married life. Joint account I set up. Linda managed it mostly. She was better with the local banks, understood the processes, spoke the language fluently, made sense for her to handle day-to-day finances. I transferred my pension monthly. She'd pay bills, buy groceries, manage the household. We'd review it together sometimes. Everything seemed reasonable. Nothing alarming, just normal couple finances. The house needed more work as time went on. Termites in one wall, roof repairs after a typhoon, air conditioning unit needed replacing. These things cost money, maybe £15,000 total over the first year. Philippines is cheap, but construction isn't cheap. And we wanted it done correctly. Wanted the house to last. Our house. Our home. Our investment in our future together, however long that future would be. Linda mentioned starting a small business. Catering. She was an excellent cook. Could make food for events. Parties. Gatherings. Filipinos love celebrations. Always someone's birthday. Always someone's graduation. She could earn money. Have independence. Not just be dependent on my pension. I liked that idea. Liked that she wanted to contribute. Wanted to be partner, not dependent. I gave her £12,000 for equipment, kitchen supplies, initial capital. She was so grateful. Said we'd build this together. Our business. Our future. The business did all right. Some events, some regular customers. Not hugely profitable, but steady. She'd cater small parties, office lunches, church functions. I'd help sometimes. Transport, setup, talking to potential clients. Felt good. Working together. Building something. Being useful. Being part of a team. Being married in the truest sense. Linda visited her family frequently. Multiple times a week. Her mother needed help. Rosa needed help with the children. Her aunt was ill. Her cousin was having problems. Filipino families are close. This is normal. Expected. I understood. Encouraged it, actually. Didn't want her to feel trapped. Wanted her to maintain her relationships. Her independence, her family ties. She'd go for the afternoon, sometimes overnight if her mother was really unwell or if Rosa needed help with something urgent. She'd always let me know. Text me. Call. Check in. Say she'd be back tomorrow. I'd say, take your time. Your family needs you. And I'd be fine alone. I had books, had my routines, had the expat community if I wanted company. I'd meet other retirees for coffee, play chess with Gerald from Bournemouth, have dinner with Tom and Susan from Perth. I had my own life. Didn't need to be attached to Linda every moment. That's what healthy marriage looked like. Independence within partnership. But looking back, thinking about it now, she visited family a lot, 3 times a week sometimes. Overnight once a week at minimum. That's a lot actually. But at the time it seemed normal. Filipino family dynamics. Close-knit, supporting each other. And who was I to judge? I came from a small English family where you saw your adult children 3 times a year, if you were lucky. This was different culture, different expectations. I was the outsider learning how things worked. Not my place to question. About 18 months into the marriage, I saw Linda in town with a man. I was at the market buying vegetables. She was across the street, with a Filipino man, maybe early 40s, casual clothes. They were talking, standing close. He said something. She laughed, touched his arm. Then they walked away together, got on a motorbike. His motorbike. She sat behind him, arms around his waist. They drove off. It struck me odd. Not alarming, just odd. I'd never seen her with anyone like that, never mentioned anyone. But then, lots of explanations. Could be cousin, could be family friend, could be someone from the municipal office where she used to work. Philippines is small. Everyone knows everyone. Probably nothing. I mentioned it that evening. Casually. Said I saw you in town today. With someone. On a motorbike. Who was that? She didn't miss a beat. Oh, that's Miguel. Her cousin. From the other side of the family. The side I hadn't met much. He needed help with something. She was giving him advice. Nothing important. I said, oh, okay. Didn't think more about it. Why would I? She explained. Cousins are close here. It made sense. I let it go. But then I saw them again. Month later, walking near the boulevard. Same easy familiarity. Same closeness. She saw me this time. Waved. Called me over. Introduced us. This is my husband, David. This is Miguel. My cousin. Miguel shook my hand. Firm handshake. Friendly smile. Called me sir. Polite. Linda seemed relaxed. Natural. We chatted briefly. Miguel worked construction, lived in town, family business. Normal conversation. Nothing unusual. They went one direction. I went another. All very normal. Except the body language. The way he looked at her, the way she looked at him. Familiar. Comfortable. More than cousins comfortable. But maybe I was reading too much into it. Maybe that's just how cousins are here. Closer than English cousins. Different culture. Different norms. I was overthinking. Seeing things that weren't there because I was still adjusting. Still learning. Still the outsider trying to understand insider dynamics. The house we'd bought. Our house. Linda wanted to renovate more. Expand the kitchen. Add a second bathroom. Build a small guest house in the garden for when family visited. Made sense. Her family did visit often. Mother, Rosa's kids, various relatives. Having space for them would be good. Would make Linda happy. Would make me the generous foreigner who understood Filipino family values. The renovations cost £28,000, more than I'd planned. But she showed me quotes, contractor estimates, material costs. It was what things cost. Philippines isn't as cheap as people think when you want quality work. And I wanted quality. This was our retirement home. Needed to last, needed to be solid. We'd live here potentially 15 or 20 more years. Worth investing in, worth doing correctly. The work took months. Disruption, noise, dust, but Linda managed it all. Dealt with contractors, oversaw progress, made sure it was done right. I stayed out of it mostly. Let her handle it. This was her expertise, her culture. She knew how things worked. I'd just get in the way. She'd update me, show me progress. I'd nod, say good, say whatever you think is best. She'd smile. Say you're so different from other foreign men. They want control over everything. You trust me. You respect me. I did trust her. Did respect her. She was my wife. My partner. Why wouldn't I trust her? About 2 years into marriage, I added up what I'd spent. Not because I was worried, just accounting. Wanted to know where we stood financially. Pension was still coming in. Savings were still there, but diminished. I'd transferred about £87,000 since marrying Linda. House purchase, renovations, business startup, family support, joint account running costs, living expenses. All legitimate, all explainable, all normal for married couple living in Philippines supporting extended family. £87,000 in 2 years. My pension was £23,000 annually, so I'd spent quite a bit more than income. Was eating into capital. The £62,000 I'd arrived with, plus the house sale money, down to maybe £20,000 remaining, wasn't alarming. but needed to be more careful. Couldn't spend at this rate indefinitely. Needed to slow down. Live more within pension budget. I mentioned it to Linda. Gently, not accusatory. Just, we need to be more mindful of spending. Watch the budget more carefully. She agreed completely. Said yes, absolutely. We'd been spending on house, on business, on getting established. But now we were established. Could cut back. Live more simply. She'd handle it. Make sure we stayed within budget. I appreciated that. Appreciated her being understanding. Being partner. Being responsible about our joint finances. Our joint future. The spending did slow. Somewhat. Family emergencies still happened. Her nephew's hospital bill. Her mother's medication running out early. Rosa's husband's tricycle breaking down. Small things. 500 here, 800 there. But when you're family, Filipino family, you help. That's the expectation. The culture. I'd integrated. This was part of integration. Being part of the web of mutual support. Being uncle. Being family. Not just being foreign husband, but being actual family. Miguel appeared more frequently. At church sometimes. At family gatherings. At the house occasionally. Always with an explanation. Helping move something. Giving Linda a ride because I had the car. Dropping off materials for the business. Each time. Reasonable explanation. Each time. Friendly but not too friendly. Respectful of me. Respectful of our marriage. Never anything inappropriate. Just present. More and more present. Linda's overnight visits to family increased. Year 2 became year 3. She was staying at her mother's 3 or 4 nights a week now. Her mother was getting frailer. Needed more help. Rosa couldn't do it alone. Linda needed to be there. Made sense. Elder care is intense. I understood. Told her take all the time she needed. I was fine. I had friends. Had hobbies. Had the house to myself. Like the quiet sometimes, actually. Space to read, space to think. Space to exist without having to perform husband all the time. Healthy space in healthy marriage. Except 3 or 4 nights a week. That's more than half. That's living apart more than living together. But I didn't want to be needy. Didn't want to be controlling foreign husband who demanded his wife's constant presence. Filipino family came first. This was culture. This was integration. This was respecting her obligations. This was being good husband. Understanding husband. Husband who understood this wasn't England, this was Philippines. Different values, different priorities. Family first. Always family first. And when she was home. When she was in our bed. In our house. In our routines. She was there, actually there, affectionate, engaged, cooking my favourite foods, laughing at my stories, holding my hand on our evening walks when we took them, being wife, being partner, being Linda, my Linda, the woman I'd married, the woman who'd made Philippines feel like home, the woman who'd given me companionship in my final chapter. Why would I question that? Why would I ruin that with suspicion, with doubt? With small-minded jealousy over time she was spending caring for her aging mother. I wouldn't. I didn't. I chose to trust. Chose to believe. Chose to be good husband. Good partner. Good man. The kind of man Catherine would have been proud of. The kind of man who didn't let fear and insecurity poison good thing. I chose to be blind. That's the truth of it. Looking back, I chose blindness over sight. Because sight would have meant facing something I didn't want to face. Admitting something I didn't want to admit, losing something I desperately didn't want to lose. So I stayed blind and paid for the privilege. In pounds, in trust, in the dignity I'd thought integration had earned me, paid for it all, while Miguel, while Linda, while the truth sat right there in front of me. Obvious, clear, unavoidable if I'd chosen to see it, but I didn't choose to see it. Not yet, not for another 6 months, not until I couldn't avoid seeing it anymore. The discovery happened on a Wednesday. Linda said she was visiting her mother, staying overnight. Her mother wasn't well, needed help. I said, of course, take care of her. Let me know if you need anything. She left around 3 p.m. I was reading, having tea, normal afternoon. Then something made me. I don't know what. Instinct, suspicion. 3 years of small observations finally adding up. But something made me get in the car. Drive toward her mother's house, just check. Just confirm she'd arrived safely. That's what I told myself. Concerned husband checking on wife. Except I didn't drive to her mother's house. I drove into town, near the boulevard, where I'd seen her with Miguel, where something in my gut said she'd be. And there she was, getting off a motorbike. Miguel's motorbike. Outside an apartment building I didn't recognise. They walked toward the entrance. Easy familiarity. His hand on her back, guiding her, protective, intimate. She laughed at something he said, the way she laughed with him. I'd never heard her laugh like that with me. Open, unguarded, genuinely delighted. They went inside. I sat in my car, watching, feeling sick, telling myself maybe it's innocent. Maybe she's helping him with something. Maybe there's an explanation. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what I'm seeing, what I know I'm seeing. I waited 30 minutes, an hour. They didn't come out. I drove home, sat in the house we'd bought together. The house I'd paid £80,000 for. The house with renovations I'd funded. The house that was supposed to be our retirement home, our final chapter, our together. And I knew. Had known for a while probably, but now I actually knew. Couldn't pretend anymore. Couldn't explain it away. Couldn't choose blindness over sight. I hired someone. Investigator. Not difficult to find in Philippines. Gave him Miguel's description. The address of the apartment building. Said I needed to know who he was. What the connection was. How long this had been happening. Report came back in 3 days. Miguel Santos, 43. Construction worker. Lived in apartment in the building I'd seen. And more. Much more. He'd been Linda's boyfriend for 7 years. Since before she met me. They'd never broken up. Never ended. He'd been there the whole time. The investigator included photos. Linda coming and going from Miguel's apartment. Multiple times a week. Staying hours, staying overnight. Using a key. Her own key. Like she lived there, like that was her home. Not the house we'd bought. Not the bed we shared. Miguel's apartment. Miguel's bed. Miguel's life. 7 years. We'd been married 3. She'd been with him 4 years before me. Never stopped. Never ended. I was. What? The addition? The foreigner husband for money? For visa possibilities? For respectability? While Miguel was her actual relationship. Her actual love. Her actual life. The photos showed them together. The way couples are together. Affectionate. Comfortable. Intimate in the way that comes from years of knowing each other. The way Linda never quite was with me. With me she was. Pleasant, companionable, dutiful. But not that. Not what I was seeing in these photos. Not actually in love. Actually her choice. Actually her person. I confronted her calmly. That evening. She came home from visiting her mother. I showed her the photos, the report, said I knew. Everything, all of it. Said I needed her to tell me the truth. The actual truth. Not explanations. Not justifications. Truth. She sat down. Looked at the photos, looked at me, and she didn't deny it. Didn't scramble for excuses, just nodded. Said, okay. Yes, Miguel and I have been together a long time. Since before you. We never stopped. I asked why. Why marry me if you had him? Why build this life if it was all? What? Performance? She was quiet for a long time. Then she said, David, you're a good man, kind, generous. You gave me things Miguel couldn't. A house, security, a future. Miguel has nothing. He's construction worker. He'll never have money. Never be able to give me what you gave me. I asked if she loved him. She said yes, of course. They'd been together 7 years. That doesn't just go away. I asked if she loved me. She hesitated. Then said, I care about you. You're my husband. I respect you. But love, that's complicated. Complicated. 3 years of marriage reduced to complicated. I asked about the family visits when she stayed overnight at her mother's. She said some were real. Her mother did need help, but most were Miguel's. She'd go to his apartment. Tell me she was with family. It was easier. Kept everyone happy. Me, Miguel. Her. Everyone happy except everyone was living a lie, but that didn't seem to bother her. That didn't seem relevant. I asked what I was to her. Actually. Honestly. She thought about it, then said, You're my husband. You provide. You gave me a life Miguel couldn't. A house, money for my family, respect in the community. Foreign husband means something here, means status, means my family is taken care of. That matters. I asked if Miguel knew about me. She said yes. Of course. He understood. It was business, practical. She loved Miguel, but she needed me. Both were true. Both could exist together. In Philippines, this wasn't unusual. Foreign husband, local boyfriend. People understood. People didn't judge. I said I judged very much. She looked at me, almost pitying. Said, David, you got a wife, a home, companionship, Sunday lunches with family, morning walks, someone to cook for you, someone to live with. Was that worth nothing? And that's when I understood. She'd reframed the entire relationship. In her mind, she'd provided services, companionship, domestic labour, family inclusion, and I'd paid for those services. With money, with house, with security. It was transaction, clean transaction. Everyone got something. Everyone benefited. Why was I complaining? Because I thought it was marriage. Actual marriage, not transaction, not performance. Marriage, partnership, love, or at least the possibility of love, the hope of love, the shared life that meant something beyond financial arrangement. But to her it had always been arrangement. I was the foreign husband who provided. Miguel was her partner who loved her. Both roles were necessary. Both served purposes. And I'd been too blind, too desperate for companionship, too scared of loneliness, too invested in the fantasy of integration, to see what was actually happening. We separated, not divorced. Divorce in Philippines is complicated, near impossible actually, but separated. She moved out, back to Miguel's apartment presumably, or somewhere. I didn't ask, I stayed in the house. Our house. My house. The house I'd bought for £80,000. The house with £28,000 of renovations. The house that was supposed to be our retirement home. Now just my house. Empty house, like Manchester House, like every house I've lived in since Catherine died. Empty. The money totalled. I did the accounting. £127,000 over 3 years of marriage. House, renovations, business, family support, joint account, living expenses. Everything. Gone. Linda got the business, the equipment, the capital, the client base. I got the house. And loneliness. And the knowledge I'd been foreign husband. A TM with companionship benefits. Never partner. Never truly her person. Just. The arrangement that made her life with Miguel possible. I still see them. Dumaguete is small town. I see Linda at church. Still sits 4th row front right. With Miguel sometimes now. Not hiding anymore. No reason to. The foreign husband knows. Everyone probably knew, except the foreign husband who thought he'd integrated. Who thought he'd become part of community. Who thought belonging somewhere meant something. I see them at the market, walking the boulevard, his arm around her. Her laughing at something he said. The way she never quite laughed with me. Living openly. The life they'd been living privately while I played husband. Played partner. Played someone who mattered. The expat community knows. Gerald asked if I was all right. Tom and Susan invited me to dinner. Sympathy. Pity. The look that says we told ourselves it wouldn't happen to us, but we knew it could. We all knew. We're all foreign husbands, potentially. All ATMs with companionship arrangements. All outsiders pretending integration means immunity. I could leave. Sell the house, go back to Manchester. Robert's offered. Emma's offered. Come stay with us, Dad. Come home. But home is where? Manchester, where Catherine's ghost lives. Leeds with Robert's pity. Edinburgh with Emma's concern. Here at least I have. The weather, the cost of living, the routines, the morning walks along the boulevard. Alone now, but still walks. Still routines. Still life, even if that life is emptier than I'd hoped. I integrated completely. Learned the language, knew the culture. Attended church. Supported family. Respected traditions. Did everything right. Everything they say you should do to truly belong. To become part of community. To be more than foreign retiree. To be actual member of society. And I remained outsider. In the one place that mattered. In my own marriage. To my own wife. I was always foreign husband. Always arrangement. Always the person funding the life. Never the person living it. Never truly integrated. Never truly belonging. Never truly home. That's what 3 years of marriage and £127,000 taught me. You can integrate into everything except the truth. And the truth is, some distances can't be crossed. Some roles can't be escaped. Some labels stick no matter how hard you try to be something else. Foreign husband. That's what I was. That's what I am. That's apparently all I'll ever be. And the worst part, I'd do it again. Because 3 years of companionship, even fake companionship, even transactional companionship, felt better than the alternative. Felt better than the empty house in Manchester. Felt better than being alone. Felt better than admitting retirement is just waiting to die in whichever location you choose. So I stay. In Dumaguete. In the house. In the routine. In the role. Foreign husband. Minus the wife. Plus the knowledge. Plus the £127,000 lesson. Plus the understanding that belonging is illusion. Integration is performance. And home is just wherever you're standing when you finally stop running from the emptiness. This is my expat stories. Sometimes you build a whole life, house, routines, community, integration, and discover it was all scenery, a set you paid to perform on, while the real life happened somewhere else, with someone else, and you were just the foreign husband, the arrangement, the means to an end. And knowing that doesn't make it hurt less. It makes it hurt more.